This episode is brought to you by Amazon Business. We could all use more time. Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions, so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. I can see why they call it smart. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Welcome to our podcast, It's About Payroll. We're your hosts, Brian Escobar and Walter William Duncan III. Whether you're new to the payroll game or a seasoned veteran, we have something for you.
I remember when I got out and was trying to get acclimated back into civilian life. And I remember trying to find a job and going through tip agencies and stuff and not having that health insurance, because like you don't have to pay a premium in the military. You just go to the dentist, you just go to the doctor, go get seen. But in the civilian world, you need that insurance, right? You need those medical benefits.
Welcome back, folks, to another episode of It's About Payroll. This is episode number 86. What's up, Walt? How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. One step closer to the holidays, Thanksgiving. Good food. Fellowship.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of it. I love the family part. I love like that. I think that's what I like about all the holidays. The reason that we got to get together, we got to be together, we got to come together.
Yep.
And today's episode we're doing in honor of Veterans Day.
Yes.
Walt, many times I tell you, thank you for your service, sir. We appreciate that you made it back. And when you lived to do this show with me, man, I couldn't do it without you, bro. I appreciate you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I know that you have some people in your family that are
absolutely
in the service or have served.
Yep.
Anyone who's listening, your friends, your families, anyone in my family, thank you for your service. And those serving right now, whether that's an active duty or a reservist, we appreciate all your efforts and everything that you do to keep us safe.
Word. And then on that note, it made me think about all the soldiers worldwide and all the families that are having to deal with their loved ones being away fighting wars right now across the globe. God bless, man, and just keep them safe, get them home safe.
Yeah.
And in honor of that, we are going to talk about a comprehensive guide to military pay. Walt is going to walk us through fittingly because he actually processed payroll in the military. So what better expert than our own resident host, you know what I'm saying, to walk us through comparing compensation across the global forces. He's going to take us through this first piece, talk about the United States payroll, right? And then I'm going to chime in and talk a little bit about how it looks across the globe. We have some good info to share with you all. And come on in and let's see how it goes, man. Take us through this journey, Walt. Tell us. And this is cool because it's not your origin story, so you ain't got to do that. You could get into these nitty gritty because Walt always has an example. Oh my God, the military! I had to do this, and so this is a cool show because he gets to chime in now and tell us how it was really a lot about the processing part of it. So yeah, man. Without further ado, take it for us. Take it away, sir. This episode is presented by TimeTrack Go, the simply better employee time clock software that is going to make your life easier. In addition to the unique graphical employee time card that helps you quickly identify and fix mistakes, TimeTrack Go is excited to announce it's now compatible with QuickBooks Desktop, providing effortless data transfer and reduced errors. TimeTrack Go will not only save you time and money each week, but the easy to understand user interface and the ability to turn a tablet into a time clock will get you and your team up and going in just minutes. Find out what a simply better solution can do for your business. To learn more and sign up for your 14-day free trial, go to www.timetrackgo.com. That's www.timetrackgo.com. Or you can call 888-321-9922. That's 888-321-9922. Let's go.
Yeah, definitely want to start off by saying how important these people are and us making sure, or the people who process their pay. And I'm sure the first thing on their mind is that they want to make sure that their loved ones are taken care of, that these people are paid properly and timely. So there's no mishap or disturbances in their home life. These
Yep.
people are out protecting the globe, protecting us, and they're out here risking their lives on a daily basis to make sure that their families are protected and our families as a whole in the US are protected as well. So just can't understate the crucial aspect of serving in the armed forces and what their pay means to them. We want to ensure that the service members are adequately compensated for their dedication and their sacrifice, understanding that the structure of military pay and across different militaries provides valuable insights into how countries value and support their armed forces. So we're going to talk about the intricacies of military pay, explore the different types of pay and allowances, and give a comparative analysis of compensation between different militaries, as Brian alluded to earlier. So I'm going to get into it.
Thank you.
The types of military pay. Number one, your base pay or your basic pay, right? So basic pay, base pay is the foundation of a service member's salary, right? It is the primary compensation that's received by all military personnel, and it's determined by rank, years of service, and a pay grade. The base pay varies across different countries, reflecting the varying economic conditions and cost of living. For instance, if I have the same rank, so Brian and I are the same rank, right? But Brian's been in longer than I have. His salary for his base pay would be different than mine based on my years of service. So there's different things that factor in how much you get paid. So let's say Brian's been in 8 years. I've only been in 2. Brian's salary is going to be based on his rank and his years of service. And so I would be at a different or a lower base pay based on that, even though I may be at the same rank as Brian.
Is
Okay.
base pay the same thing as regular rate of pay for those of us? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Great
Got it.
question.
Thank you.
Yes. So if a person's salaried, like it just basically says salaried. So basically everybody in the military is salaried. There's no hourly people. You don't get paid by the hour. You get a flat salaried amount based on those different factors.
There's no hourly rates in the military? There's nobody hourly in the military?
Nope.
Okay.
I want to take a break real quick just to let you know about a new show we've just added to the network. Up Next at Work, hosted by Gene and Kata Keel of the Devon Group. Fantastic show. If you're looking for something that pushes the norm, pushes the boundaries, has some really spirited conversations, Google Up Next at Work, Gene and Kata Keel from the Devon Group.
I guess that makes sense. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But not even civilians, maybe civilians that work with y'all.
If there's contract workers like
Right.
civilians,
Right.
then they may be at a different rate.
Because they're not really in the military at that point.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see. Depends on what they do and the terms of their contract.
Got it.
Number 2, special or incentive pays. These are another type of pay that military personnel receive. Special and incentive pays are provided to military personnel possessing specific qualifications or performing certain duties. These additional pays serve as incentives to attract and retain highly skilled individuals in those critical military roles. So examples of some of these are hazardous duty pay, flight pay, or language proficiency pay. Hazardous duty pay is something like, hey, I'm stationed for me, I'll give an example for myself, right? I was stationed on board on a aircraft carrier that had to go over into hostile waters.
Oh, wow.
And so because we went over into hostile waters, everyone that was on that ship at that time received hazardous duty pay.
Oh, nice.
Because there's
Question.
incentive for those things. Go ahead.
How'd you know how to pay that? How did they dictate that? Was it by the days that you were in
Yes.
those hazardous waters? Like for every day
Yes.
that you were in hazardous water, you got a certain amount.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, got it.
That's exactly it. Yep. For every day that we were there, we got those funds, and then in some cases they wouldn't tax you a certain way based on
Oh,
certain incentives and stuff like that, depending on where you were. Like, so
hmm,
we were in the Gulf or whatever, and we would get the hazardous duty pay, and it would not be taxed
not the
sometimes.
government making up its own rules, are they?
So flight pay is if you had to fly over somewhere to get stationed, they pay you for that, cover your flight and stuff like that.
Like traveling expenses.
Travel pay, yeah.
Got it.
And then if you are multilingual, you can get paid for that, especially if there's negotiations going on, things like that, or conversations that are being had, and you come in as a
Translator.
military personnel and you're a translator, you can get paid for that as
Oh,
well.
very interesting.
Yeah, so those are just some of the types of the most common ones that you'll get in the military. What's up?
Got it.
You had a question, or you?
No, yeah, sorry, got it.
All right. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is allowances and benefits. So one of the first allowances that you get is called BAS, which stands for Basic Allowance for Sustenance. So there's basically a food allowance. They give you a monthly amount for food. The BAS is a allowance provided to offset the cost of food for military personnel. It is intended to ensure that service members have access to adequate nutrition. The amount of BAS varies depending on the factors such as rank and dependence, right? So the more dependents you have, the higher it may be. So for 2023, the monthly BAS rates are for enlisted service members, which is everyone that's E6 or lower, I believe, that you get $425.56 a month
Wow.
to help go towards your food. And if you're an officer, because the officers get a little less because their base pay is a little bit higher than enlisted
Right.
people, so they get $311.88 a month to help towards their food. Now, this is the thing to keep in mind is if you only get that is if you don't have government housing provided to you. So for me, for example, I was stationed on board a ship.
Okay.
And so they serve 3
Food.
meals a day
You
on
don't
the
get
ship. You know what I'm saying? And you have a bed on the ship, right?
Right.
So if I didn't have any dependents, I wasn't married, I didn't have any children, I wasn't a guardian of anybody,
Uh-huh.
I would not, more than likely, I would not get these allowances unless like say they didn't have any room on the ship, on the vessel for me, then I had to go out and get a place for myself, then they would consider that, but I would have to go through a process for that, right? So
Oh,
that's how it is. So typically, if you don't have dependents and you don't have adequate government housing provided to you, then you may be entitled to that, which is the perfect segue into our other allowance. It's the basic allowing for housing, BAH, right? So that is designed to assist military personnel in covering cost of housing. It takes into account factors such as location, rank, and whether the service member has dependents. BAH aims to ensure that military families have suitable and affordable housing options. Let me just go through some of the qualifications that may be required, some of the criteria you may need to qualify. You're assigned to permanent duty in the United States. United States, including Alaska, Hawaii, and the District of Columbia, otherwise known as Washington, D.C.
hmm.
You are not furnished government housing. So that means you aren't assigned a place to stay. You don't have a bed on the vessel or
Right.
the barracks or whatever you're stationed at. They don't have anything for you, right? You live off post or in an off base housing, and you are not using base resources. Right. So again, they didn't have a place for me. They didn't have any open beds. So I had to get a place out in town. Then I may qualify for that. I have a
Oh,
gross family income of up to 150% of federal poverty guidelines. So that's telling me that they're telling me like if my family is struggling because I have a bunch of dependents and I
right.
need help, that the government will help me basically. Or the last qualification is I am serving in an unaccompanied overseas tour except for a member paying child support. So that's a caveat right there. So for the service members that may be paying child support, you may not qualify based on what this is saying. You may not be eligible for
Wow.
BAH, unfortunately. So again, BAH is a monthly stipend that is based on the member's rank, dependency status, and permanent duty station zip code. What used to
So
happen
it
back in the day,
fluctuates.
yeah, so what used to happen back in the day is that they used to base it off of where your dependents were. When I was in the military, I don't know if this
Mm,
changed, but they used to
mm,
base it
that
off of
makes
where
sense.
your dependents were
Yeah.
living at. So I could have been stationed in Norfolk,
Right.
Virginia, but my family could have been in California. And so my BAH would have been based on where my dependents are at in California. You know what
Nice.
I'm saying? But I would have to make sure that I am doing what I'm supposed to do, because some people in the military may try to pull a fast one. And so what they would do is say, oh, just say we're married or say we're this. And so I can get these benefits or these allowances, and they weren't sending any money home. I've
Hmm.
seen people get in trouble for that because they weren't taking care of home, but they were collecting all the money for
Right.
claiming their kids or claiming their spouse's benefits, but they weren't helping them out. And they were
Mm.
living two lives, basically.
Yeah. I've heard all kind of interesting things. Yeah.
Yeah. That's basically it for the allowance piece and the base pay
So
for the
you can get
military folks. Go
so you
ahead.
can get base pay plus allowances for different things that
Yes.
you may qualify for
Yes.
during.
Yes.
Okay, that's dope.
And there are helpful resources. We'll add them in the show notes and everything, but there's helpful resources out there that you can go actually see as a member of the, or if you're just curious as a civilian and you want to go see what the pay structure is, they give you a breakdown based on year, tenure, rank, and everything. And you can go look at that chart and go compare those things and view those things. With that being said, I'm going to pass it on to Brian, and he's going to go through the comparison between and compensation in military worldwide.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I'm honored to have some stuff to talk about here because I used to think about the military, but I chose college instead. I got chickened out, and that was it. One of my boys went to the Navy. He was like, "Yo, let's do the buddy program and blah blah blah." My godfather, career Navy man, so I had all the oh, nah.
Oh,
So
I think you would have been great.
yeah, that's what they say after the fact. In hindsight, but anywho, yeah, I'm really honored to talk about some stuff here. So, when comparing military pay across different countries, various factors such as the country's economic conditions, cost of living, the military budget, while it is challenging to provide an exhaustive comparison, we have a little bit of a brief comparison for you anyway. Just a few of the select countries. So, the first one, of course, United States. United States offers a competitive military pay with varying rates based on the rank, like what was saying, rank, years of service, responsibility level. And the military benefit package includes allowances, as he mentioned, the housing, what was it? The housing and the meal allowance. And that they also
Yes.
have health care, retirement plans, and educational opportunities. And all of this is real stuff too. If you're serious about the United States military, they do actually have all these things. Like you said, I got family in the military. Walt can tell you, you can take advantage of these opportunities. I'm not an advocate, but there's some people who do need something, right? And if you need something to get your life together, it
It's,
can
it's,
help
it-
you.
it's consistent pay.
We all love a legendary comeback, and Degree Original Cool Rush is back and better than ever. Cool Rush isn't just a scent, it's a movement, a fan favorite that delivers bold, fresh vibes and all-day sweat protection. Whether you have a man that spends hours in the gym, heads into the office early, or is just trying to stay fresh on a long day, Cool Rush has their back. Head to your local Walmart or Target and grab Degree Cool Rush, the fan favorite scent from the world's #1 antiperspirant brand.
Their stability. Your checks are never late. On time.
Well,
Always on time. They're always on time. They hit your account. I haven't experienced any late paychecks in the military. They're run through the Department of Defense.
they don't have the ACH problems that the world just endured. No.
No.
All right. We're gonna compare four of the world militaries: the United States, the UK, United Kingdom, China, and Germany. Not everywhere, just these four. United Kingdom, the British Armed Forces provides a comprehensive compensation package that includes basic pay, allowance for food and housing, and additional payments for specializations or deployments.
Mhm.
Benefits include healthcare, pensions, and support for professional development as well. And we have plenty of friends of the show in the UK. If you guys know anything specific that we may have missed that's interesting, please. Or if you process payroll for in the
Yeah.
UK, oh man, we'd love to have you on. And I tell folks too, because a lot of folks are hesitant to come on the show. If you would like to provide content, we glad to read it and give you the credit. You know, not everybody
Yes.
is ready to be in front of the camera and ready to be talk to thousands of people. But we're glad to deliver it for you and absolutely would give you the credit. Anywho, that's United Kingdom. And China, which is very interesting one I would love to gets me thinking. Anyway, sorry, going down rabbit holes here. China is the People's Liberation Army, the PLA of China, has a complex pay structure. I'm not surprised. That considers rank, position, qualifications, performance,
And performance. Wow.
and performance. That's a company. That's right. Corporate. The PLA also provides housing and healthcare benefits to its personnel. I would imagine the pay is not as maybe robust or then because China is a communist country, so might be a very different situation. Also would love to know how they do payroll in China.
Mhm.
Germany is the last one we have to talk about, and its German armed forces offer a structured pay system based on rank and responsibilities. Additional allowances are provided for deployments, field duty, and special qualifications. All of them all
Kind
have
of
the
the
same
same, right?
scheme,
Yeah.
basic, because you can't make it too different. And Germany has the benefits of healthcare, housing, and pension schemes as well. It's very interesting. Again, please, throughout the world, all the military folks so serving and supporting their countries respectively. Godspeed. Hope these wars are over soon and people get home and back to being with their families. Military pay is a multifaceted topic that plays a pivotal role in attracting and retaining dedicated individuals to the armed forces. Don't go into the I just said yes, it's a great opportunity for people, but don't do it if you're scared. Like for you know what I'm saying? I was scared. I'm like, man. And especially the Navy, because I'm terrified of the ocean. So hello. I had friends that went into the Navy and then went in submarines, bro. I could not do a submarine. I could not be in a submarine. Maybe an aircraft carrier, but at the
Hey.
end of the day, I might have to go in the water. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Maybe I would have got out of those fears.
Yeah.
But it's not for the faint of heart. You got to be in the right situation to go do this. You can't be scared. That's for damn sure. So understanding the different types of pays and allowances and the benefits offered by militaries worldwide, it provides insights into efforts that countries are making to support their service members. Comparing compensation across nations, we gain a broader perspective of how the military reflects the different societies and how they place the value in
Yeah.
things. So it's interesting. It's really, I would love to dig deeper in these things. And again, I think we started off talking about payroll. Oh, we're gonna run out of stuff to talk about. And then once we got going, we were like, we're never gonna run out of stuff to talk about.
Never. One thing I'm interested to find out is how military pay compares to law enforcement pay. How
Ooh,
how
that's a
police
good one.
officers pay compares. Is it the same type of structure? Because I really don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know. Like I
yeah.
don't. There was nobody in my family, not that I recall, not that I can recall, that was ever in law enforcement.
Oh,
You get what I'm
yo,
saying?
I'm gonna have to
So I
get my
think,
godfather to come on the show
yeah, and then maybe we can have him
because
speak
he's
to
both.
that pay.
He's been both.
He's been
And
military and law enforcement.
he's yes,
There you
and
go.
I think he's done PI work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he could tell us about a few different pay type of
Yeah.
schemes
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, all right. I might have to get him on.
Yeah. So I would
Um,
find that interesting, and I would want to know how that, excuse me, how that will work. Just try to compare it and see, because maybe law enforcement is, and it's probably different in other countries as well. And one
yep.
of the most common things is that what we saw when you were doing the comparisons is that they're all provided certain allowances,
Mm-hmm.
healthcare,
Mm-hmm.
retirement, or pension.
Yep.
They're offered like a base, like a set of things, right? A base set of
Yes.
things for being in the military. But I'm
Very
sure that
career
there's,
driven.
yeah. Honestly, I could easily see somebody doing 20 years in the
Yeah.
military, and like some of those things said, the pension schemes. So if you do 20 years and you get an honorable discharge, you're eligible for a pension after 20 years. So like most people, a lot of people don't see out the 20 years. My father, I could speak to him, like he had done what, 16 years, yeah,
Right
before
there.
then. Yeah. But my father, he was burnt out. He was burnt out,
Wow.
you know.
It's like, I'm
So
done.
yeah, yeah,
Dang.
he was burnt out,
It's
and
it's got to be a beat. It's got to take a toll.
oh, being in the military, law enforcement, any of those roles, they are. It's in my head. I know first responders. People think about the EMTs and the nurses and stuff like that, but I put them in the same category as
Firemen,
people,
cops. Yeah.
yeah, as our soldiers, right?
Yeah.
Because they have to respond first. The military has to respond first. Law enforcement has to respond first. EMTs, they have to come
Good
save
call
the
out.
day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can only imagine what all of them feel and what all of them are go through on a daily basis on the stuff that they see. So I can only imagine. I was in the military. I was in active duty, active hazard zone and stuff like that. I was almost captured, as I shared with you
Yeah.
before. You know what I'm saying? So like it is a very intense thing. And so for me, the at the bare minimum, we should do our best as a country, corporations, whatever. We should do our best for our first responders, our military folks, our law enforcement folks.
Absolutely.
We should make sure we take care of them and also take care of everybody else in the civilian sector and stuff like that. But I really think those people should be taken real good care of. That's just from someone who's in the
No,
military.
no, man. You're right. You're right, man. And
Hey, everybody, I'm Lori Rudiman. What are you doing? Working? Nah, you're listening to a podcast about work, and that barely counts. So while you're at it, check out my show, Punk Rock HR, now on the Work Defined Network. We chat with smart people about work, power, politics, and money. Are we succeeding? Are we fixing work? Probably not. Work still sucks, but tune in for some fun, a little nonsense, and a fresh take on how to fix work once and for all.
Yeah.
it's tough, man. One VA is better than the other VA. And come on, man. These men and women, you all risk your lives for us. They can't come home to something better than this.
I remember when I got out and was trying to get acclimated back into civilian life. And I remember trying to, you know, find a job and going through tip agencies and stuff and not having that insurance, that health insurance, because like
Yes.
you don't have to pay a premium in the military. You just go to the dentist, you just go to
Yep.
the doctor, they sign you an
Get
appointment
better.
and you go get seen.
Yep.
But in the civilian world, you need that insurance, right? You need those medical benefits. And so the VA offers insurance, but unfortunately, there's so many people that want to use it, right? Yeah, but there's so many people that need that health insurance. And I remember I was calling because I think at that time I was making 10, 11, 12 bucks an hour, which
Wow.
wasn't much back then, trying to have my own place, my own car, and really struggling to live paycheck to paycheck. So I called the VA and to try to get health benefits. And I'll never forget the woman on the phone told me, she said, "Sweetie," and she was an old Southern woman from like Alabama or
Right,
whatever.
right.
And she was like, "Sweetheart, I'm just gonna be real with you. You're probably better off getting benefits through your job than the VA, unfortunately. You're probably better off going to get dental and stuff like that through your job than the VA because there's so many people that have other existing things from war zones, from different traumatic things that happened to them in the military. That, hey, she said that, and honestly, that the benefits aren't the best. The VA benefits aren't the best for veterans. So
That
it was
sucks.
sobering and
Yeah.
surprising to hear that because I nobody when you're
Nobody got you ready for that.
nobody
didn't get
told
you
you like,
ready
hey,
for
this
that.
is how it's gonna be. I'll never forget this. I had a shipmate who his 20 years were up And they told him, I think basically they just said, okay, you re-enlisted a bunch of times. Sorry, we don't want you to really. He's been told like
Force retired.
Yeah. And so I'll never forget, man, this grown man just crying, like weeping, because he said I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Oh my
I need
God.
this. I need the military. I need the money. The money is good. He was like, I'm looking at civilian jobs for the same thing that I do, and it's like a big drop in pay for me, right? Yeah, man. Like I say that, and I'm sharing these stories out now because I've seen people in the military really go through it, really struggle, really battle. And like you said, I feel like we could definitely do better by all of them, by
Yeah.
all our service members and all our law enforcement, all our first responders, everybody in the country. We could do better by them, I
Yep.
feel. And I don't know. I'm just
Shout out.
rambling on.
Yeah, no, bro. And hey, it's spaces for you to do that. Shout out to Valor Payroll.
Yes.
Just thinking about Christina and her husband. I believe her husband is a veteran.
Yeah, Dusty. Yeah.
Yep. Just thinking about them and this and all that. And what made me think about them is that I'm really happy that I see a lot of veteran owned businesses, entrepreneurs, small businesses, and a lot of them, they make sure they hire like veterans first. And that's dope. That's dope. It's a brotherhood. You keep your brotherhood going, keep that fraternity I don't how do you say it in a way that it's a fellowship because it's camaraderie because it's male and female, right? So it's both. It's not just a brotherhood. Just keeping that going, like that's dope because we need more of that. Like those folks who can come out and build businesses, your comrades need it because there's not the jobs aren't there, and it can like you said, it just can be tough. Folks come out and then they struggle to acclimate. A lot of times, a lot of the stories you hear is I have respect in the military. I was saluted and respected and now I'm out and I get treated like everybody. Like it's hard for them to lose that status, and then make that adjustment. But there's a way. So or stay in there, become a lifer.
I do want to correct one thing I said
Sure.
about military pay not
Okay.
ever being late. Or the only time that it would, I'm just thinking about it. The only time that I think that it will happen is during a government shutdown.
Oh, what? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So when the government shuts down, military doesn't get paid? Yo, that's crazy.
Yep. I'm looking here now.
Because that happens like every year.
Yep.
They're always threatening it, or it happens for a day or two or a week or something like that's messed up.
So this is what it says: military members are not paid during a government shutdown unless Congress passes a separate bill to allow military pay to continue. So there's potential there for them not to be paid. But there is an act that was passed. I think it's Pay Our Military, something like that. And so there's a law that they set aside some funds just in case there's a shutdown, so they can pay some money only during the hours of the official government shutdown. So it's not going to continue like once the government opens back up for business. It's only during the actual shutdown that those funds could be appropriated. So there are some things that were put into place to try to help with that. But yeah, from what I'm reading here, military members are not paid during a government shutdown unless Congress passes a separate bill. And if I'm wrong, if you're recently
let us know
out of the military or you're currently in the military, enlighten me. I haven't been in the military for almost 20 years. Here we go. So there you go.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
No doubt. No, but hey, just everything we talk about, right? If you know something we missed, we were wrong, fact check us, no problem. Let us know.
Yeah.
This is a learning show. So if we said something wrong, please let us know so we can correct it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, once again, we wanted to give and pay homage to our military folk across the world, across the globe, and we hope that you get home safe. And we really thank you for your service. And honestly, shoot, I thank everybody for protecting their respective homes. I respect it. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
That's it. Thank you for joining us today. Yeah.
Thank you. It's another episode. And until next time.
Yep. We love you. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to It's About Payroll. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep going.